Have you ever been in a situation that you needed to solve an extremely complex problem, and that if you didn't solve it on time, you would die? Even worse, you don't know whether you have 3 years or 3 months to solve the problem, to stay alive. I will now tell you my personal story of solving the problem and surviving. It's 1993. I'm 26 years old. I'm sitting in front of a neurosurgeon in a hospital, and he tells me, Avi, you have a brain tumor. It may be cancerous. You must have a surgery as soon as possible. Till that moment, I was a healthy, happy, extremely active, regular guy, studying undergrad and graduate in electrical engineering, and I had my own startup, extremely active, perhaps sleeping 2-3 hours a night, high on life. I had the Midas touch. Whatever I turned really turned into gold. I sit in front of the neurosurgeon trying to understand how much time do I have to live? I understand from him that it's a very complicated surgery because my tumor is exactly in the middle of the head. And he tells me, look, Avi, you're going to survive, but you will most probably end up handicapped to some level, suffer from cognitive dysfunction, and have epilepsy. I'm shocked. I can't even understand and understand the words that he's saying. And I refuse the surgery. I don't know whether it was amazing intuition or pure denial, but that decision saved my life. I still think that all this is one big mistake, and I do not have any brain tumor. I seek the advice of a second neurosurgeon, and he tells me, Avi, you have a brain tumor. I don't know whether it's cancerous or benign. Wait 3 months and do another MRI. I go to a third neurosurgeon, and he tells me, Avi, I don't know, you have a brain tumor, I don't know which, let's do a biopsy, and we'll know more. Now, what do you do? See a fourth surgeon? For a while, I feel really sorry for myself, and I understand that all the amazing plan that I had for my life is over, it's finished. But after a while, I pick up the pieces and I decide to fight for my life. I start studying medicine, not regularly in the university, but basically sitting in the university, in the library, and learning, anatomy, biology, chemistry, all this neurosurgical jargon to start and read clinical articles and try to figure out, what do I have? How much time do I have to live? Can I find someone or something that can save me? In addition, I try any alternative medicine that you could just dream of. Chinese, acupuncture, and herbs, and bioergonomy, and NAET, and hypnosis, and megadoses of vitamins, and yoga, and breathing, and the worst, megadoses of garlic. Trust me, you wouldn't want to kiss me. Not even get close to me those days. In the process of trying to save my life, I learned from all these alternative medicines that I completely disregarded my body, that I behaved like a ruthless boss, not providing it the sleep, the relaxation, the nutrition that he needs to function normally. And while I thought that I was a superhero and I could function amazingly under tremendous stress, and I even enjoyed it and was addicted to it, I understood that my body did not agree with me, and that living in continuous chronic stress significantly suppresses my immune system. And obviously, I needed my immune system to fight my tumor. I decided to revise my life, start sleeping at least 4 hours a day. And trust me, I still thought it's a huge waste of time. I improved my nutrition. I started breathing from the belly. I look at all the stress factors in my life and I try to start managing them one by one to reduce my stress levels. I even give up my beloved 10 cups of coffee and drink just 2. Could you imagine that? Every 3 months, I perform an MRI scan, knowing that I will succeed. I'm going to beat this tumor. And every time I look at the MRI, and what do I see? The tumor not only there, like almost laughing at me, but continuing to grow. I crash, and I have no other choice. I need to fight. Every 3 months, I am hopeful, crashing. Hopeful, crashing. And after 18 months, I reach a situation that the tumor is so big that it's already completely pushing my left lobe, and I'm in serious danger for my life. I fly to New York after learning of an extremely advanced procedure that is performed there with the surgeon being able to reach deep-seated tumors without significantly damage my health. I passed. It's a 2-day procedure. It is filmed by the CNN and shown worldwide because it was so unique. I still suffer from various complications, but after 6 months, I fully recuperate and leave the hospital, fly back to Israel, and start living like a regular human being. I enjoy life so much. I feel an amazing sense of victory, and I defeated this tumor. I called it the evil neurocytoma. I even started celebrating the date of my surgery as my 2nd birthday. I gradually become a regular human being. I even meet the love of my life. And then one day, in a regular control MRI, after 18 months, I learn that the tumor has not disappeared. I still have a residual tumor in my brain. This is devastating. I feel such a defeat, and all my victory could be trashed in the trash can. But at least I know that my surgeon can remove the tumor. I fly back to New York ready for another surgery, and I'm shocked to hear him tell me, Avi, I don't have the technology to fully remove your tumor. I made a really small opening, and I need 3D stereoscopic vision, and the only tool that can provide that is a huge microscope. I just can't. You're lucky that your tumor is benign and growing slowly. And if you're lucky, someone will invent a miniature stereoscopic camera, and I'll resect it. Now, he thought that he was kind to me. And I understood that my life is over. I'm now going to be a zipperhead for the rest of my life, till someone, somewhere, perhaps invents this camera. So I'm going to be opened, cleaned, closed, and open, cleaned, closed for the rest of my life? And what, suffer 6 months of complications every time? I mean, this is so despairing. I just lose all hope. I learned that great companies like Zeiss that manufacture the big microscope did try to manufacture a small microscope and failed. And I'm curious. I meet them and try to understand why. I also learn of the way the brain perceives stereoscopic vision and its complexity. And after 2 years of research, I think I understand what was wrong with Zeiss's technology and invent a completely different concept. Instead of using optomechanics, I use a small silicon chip. I mimic the insect eye and is able to provide both right and left in a few millimeters. This is what my surgeon needed. I quit my job, open a new company, move to a garage, file patents, and seek for funding. Investors basically question me politely. I mean, Avi, with all due respect, you have a ticking bomb in your brain that even the best surgeon in the world cannot remove, and you want us to invest in you? I decide to go and have 3 more operations, 2 in Germany, 1 in Israel, to get rid of this tumor. And after several more months and getting back to regular life, I'm able to close funding and hire a team. It takes us 9 years, but after that, and lots of fighting with multidisciplined technological barriers and burning through millions and millions of dollars, we make it happen. The year is 2008, and we launch our product. It works great, but the market is still not ready for 3D. And funny enough, only after the movie Avatar, the system is really accepted. Now, you'd think that I would be extremely satisfied. I saved my life. The technology that I invented saves people worldwide, but I'm not. Although I dedicated 15 years of my life to developing this amazing technology, and although Western medicine saved me, I understand that there is a missing link with Western medicine. And this is the fact that they're disregarding the emotional aspect. Over all these 20 years, I've supported hundreds of patients. And I saw over and over again that just like me, they stressed themselves out. They suffered from chronic stress, and they were clueless about it. And the ones that were optimistic, wanted to live, and managed to revise their life, managed with anxiety and stress, lived longer and better. Now, of course, we all know that developing a disease relates to multifactorial issues. But I've come to the realization that the root cause of all diseases is emotional. More than that, I understand now that the disease is not our enemy, it's our friend. Our body is trying to signal us that something is wrong with our behavior, with our life. Initially, it sends a whisper, perhaps a small pain, a small headache. If we don't listen, it will talk. If we don't listen, it will shout and develop serious diseases until we listen. And hopefully, it's not too late. I would have loved for my doctor to be able to measure me, my stress levels, and tell me, Avi, your stress is at 92. Over 60 is already dangerous. We must do something about it. And when you come to think of it, when you take your car to the garage, and from my perspective, our emotions are like the oil in the engine, the mechanic will always top up the oil. And you'd find it hard to believe that you'd leave the garage without the oil topped. But you leave your doctor's office every time without them able to check your emotional level. My dream is to create a new field in medicine. Let's call it emotional medicine, to develop technologies that would continuously, not periodically, monitor our emotional state, our anxiety, depression, stress, etc. And of course, this tool will be scientifically validated so physicians would trust it and use it to monitor your health, diagnose, treat better. More than that patients would be able to get an early wake-up call and revise their life before they develop an acute or, God forbid, a chronic disease. As I see it, the future of medicine is developing a predictive, preventive system that is based on emotional factors. This is my challenge now. I'm thankful and invite whoever wants to join me in this amazing and fascinating journey. Thank you.